Okay, hi guys, a very good afternoon. Sir, we are in a discussion of issue of shares only. It will take 2 more classes to complete, no problem. Today we are going to see the questions which are given in the material. Please open the material, whether it was given or not, but you should open. The material will be given in within 2 days, compulsory. In the next year, I am going to provide you. Next year means 2026. 2 days are there, na? Okay, we have seen the big questions. These are the small questions, bacha questions like. Okay, na? So we can solve in a quicker manner. Read the question. Anyone in the class? Is there any another mic? There is no another mic. Is there a? Give to Akash. It is working, There is no. Okay. No problem. I will continue. AK Limited. Just a second, AK Limited made an issue of how many shares? 10 lakhs equity shares at the rate of 10 each. So what is the face value? 10 rupees is the face value. Payable fully on application. Subscriptions were received of how many shares? 12 lakhs. That means over subscription, 100 subscription. Over subscription of how many shares? 2 lakh shares. Sir, here we are having only one installment. So fully paying on application. That means these shares are issued at installments or lump sum. Lump sum. We have to use the application and allotment. We have to use the application and allotment account. So the oversubscription, the application money received in the respect of 2 lakhs, the shares were refunded. That means what? Pro rata allotment or first condition, first case. Excess application we are going to refund. And shares were duly allotted to the rest. Pass the journal entries to give the effect of the transactions. So what are the journal entries? So first one, share bank account debited to share application and allotment account. What is the amount, Amma? So how many applications we have received? So 12 lakh applications we have received. So 12 lakh into what is the amount, 10 rupees. So what is the amount, total amount? 12 crores. 1 crore 20 lakhs. So what is the second one, So we have to refund 2 lakh applications. Yes or no, So 2 lakh into 10 rupees. That is equal to how much? 20 lakhs. 20 lakhs we have to refund. What is the entry, Share application account debited to bank account. And remaining 1 crore we have to transfer to share capital account. What is the entry? Share application and allotment account debited to share capital account. Okay, na? So let us start. So is there any requirement of writing once again, or you will refer in the book itself? You will refer, okay, na? So these are the small questions. We can directly refer, no problem. I am giving permission to that. If you satisfy, that is nice. Next one. What is the second question, PK Limited made an issue of how many equity shares, 10 lakh equity shares at the rate of 10 rupees. Payable 2 rupees on application, 4 on allotment, 4 on first and final call. That means total amounts to how much, 2 plus 4 plus 4. That is equal to 10. Issued at par or premium? Issued at par itself. Subscriptions we have received total how many? 12 lakh. So that means again it is a over subscription. The same example they are divided as what, installment wise. Before they have given as a lump sum. That's all. The applications money received in respect of 2 lakhs shares were refunded and the shares were duly allotted to the rest. And again the excess application refund. Yes or no, So this is not a pro rata allotment. No need to prepare that working note. If it is a pro rata allotment means we have to prepare that working note. So all the amounts which are duly received, pass the journal entries and give the effect of the transactions. So let us start or no need? Okay, what is the first journal entry? No, only Akash. Share, what is the amount? Huh? Say. Same man. 24 lakhs. How many shares we have received? How many applications we have received, ma? Totally we have received the 12 lakhs. So 12 lakhs into 2, that is equal to how much, ma? 24 lakhs. So what did you say? 24 lakhs only, yeah? Okay, nice. What is the second entry, ma? Excess application money we are going to refund. So what is the excess applications? 2 lakhs. So 2 lakhs into 2 rupees, that is equal to how much, ma? 4 lakhs rupees we are going to refund back. So what is the entry, ma? Share application account debited to share bank account, sorry. Share application account debited to bank account. What is the amount, ma? Totally 4 lakhs. So here the amounts they have given in the thousands. Okay, na? So that is the reason we are writing only how much, ma? 400. Okay, na? The 3 zeros we have reduced. Is there any doubt? So next one. What is the second one, ma? How much amount we need to transfer to the share capital? So 10 lakhs into 2, that is equal to how much, ma? 20 lakhs we have to transfer to the share capital. So what is the entry? Share application account debited to share capital account. Yes or no, ma? So share application account debited to share capital account. 2000 means nothing but how much, ma? 20 lakhs and 20 lakhs. What is the second one, ma? The second installment name is nothing but allotment. So allotment money is equal to how much? 4. Here there is no securities premium because the shares are issued at a par. So that is the reason this 4 rupees. What due entry we have to write first. What is the due entry, ma? Share allotment account debited to share capital account. So 4 into 10 lakhs shares or 4 into 12 lakhs shares 4 into 10 lakhs. So that is equal to how much, ma? 40 lakhs and 40 lakhs. What is the next entry, ma? We are going to receive the amount. What is the entry? Bank account debited to share allotment account. So again 10 lakhs into 4, that is equal to 40 lakhs and 40 lakhs. What is the first final call, ma? The same. Amount is same. So how much, ma? 40 lakhs. On the 10 lakhs only we are going to receive from the first and final call. What is the entry, ma? First and final call account debited to share capital account. Then after bank account debited to first and final call account. Are you getting the point, ma? Is there any doubts? So these are the small questions. From basic onwards we are discussing these questions. Okay, na? Next. And again there is another small question. Just a second, ma. So A and B Co Limited issued how many shares, ma? 5 crore equity shares. So of rupees 10 each at a premium of 4. Here comes the premium. That means the premium amount should be transferred to securities premium. We have to transfer to share capital only how much, ma? We have to transfer to share capital only 10 rupees. So this 4 rupees should be transferred to the securities premium. Payable on application. The total 14 rupees they are going to payable on application. That means a lump sum issue or installment issue. Lump sum issue. What is the entry for the first one, ma? We are going to receive the amount on application. What is the entry, ma? Bank account debited to share application and allotment account. So how much amount we are going to receive, ma? The total applications we have issued 5 crores into 14 rupees. Yes or no, ma? 10 plus 4. So 5 into 14, that is equal to how much, ma? 70 crores, 7,000 lakhs means nothing but how much, ma? 70 crores. Okay, na? So what is the next one, ma? We have to transfer to the share capital account. What is the entry? Share application and allotment account debited to share capital account to securities premium. How much amount only we have to transfer to the share capital? 50 crores. And remaining 40 crores we have to transfer. 40, remaining 20 crores we have to transfer to the securities premium. So share application and allotment account debit. How much, ma? 7 crores. And to share capital 5 crores. And to securities premium how much, ma? 2 crore. Is there any doubts, ma, up to here? So we have discussed the examples also. So no doubt should be there. So this is the important entry. Unfortunately the total amount the people will transfer to share capital, but we should not do like that. Next one, ma. Shares are issued at installment at a premium. So CD and Co Limited issued how many shares ma? 5 crore equity shares of 10 each. Okay na? At a premium of 4 rupees. Again the before question only they are dividing into the installment wise. So payable 1 rupee, 1 per share on application, 6 per share on allotment including the premium. That means what is the face value ma? Out of 6, 4 rupees is the premium. So 2 rupees is the face value. Are you getting the point or not ma? 2 is the face value. And 3 rupees on the first call and the balance on the final call. What is the balance amount on the final call ma? 1 rupee is completed here. So 2 rupees is completed. 3 plus 3, that is equal to how much ma? 6. The remaining 4 rupees is the final call, second and final call amount. That is the face value. We are collecting the premium amount at the which stage ma? Allotment stage. We should write the due entry with a careful manner. And next one what ma? The shares were all subscribed and all money due was received. So that means there is no calls in arrears and there is no calls in advance. Give the journal entries to record the above transaction. So here they have prepared the book. Which book ma? Cash book. Nothing but which column they will prepare? Bank column. So which column they will prepare ma? Bank column. If you are preparing the cash book means no need to write the cash related transactions. Okay na? But here they have given us to prepare the cash book. They have given us to prepare the journal entries. They have given us to prepare the journal entries. So we can pass the entries in this illustration 4 onwards. Okay na? Okay. Keep the heading question number 4. So while writing the journal entries in the examination, you have to prepare the format. So, and before that we have to put the heading called as journal entries in the books of, in which books ma? What is the company name? CD and Co Limited. Here dates are given or not given amma? If the dates are not given, in the date column we have to write 1, 2 like that. If the dates are given, we have to write what ma? Dates. Today we can complete the small sums and tomorrow we can finish the big sums. And day after tomorrow we can start the, in the new year we are going to start the bonus and right issue. Okay na? Please bear with me. You know how to write, but we have to represent, that's all. So what are the columns? Date, particulars, LF, debit rupees and credit rupees. Okay now. So what is the first entry ma? Share application. Completed guys? Have you taken the format? Akash, okay na? Shall we start? Okay. What is the first one ma? Bank account debited to. So only first installment, only one installment, number of installments, number of installments. So here we have to write the which shares we are going to issue. Equity shares na. So that is the reason we have to write the equity share before that. Okay na? Equity share application account. Can you say the calculation? How many shares we have received? So 5 crores. 5 crores. There is no oversubscription. 5 crores we have received at the rate of how much ma? 1 rupee. Yes or no? So what is the calculation, ma? 5 crores into 1 rupee. So what is the amount we have to write, ma? 5 crores. If you are not having the space, you can write the amount in thousands or lakhs, or just you can write the 5 here also. But in the examination, you have to put the zeros. Okay, na? So what is the narration, ma? Being application money received. So what is the next one, ma? This thing we have to transfer to the share capital. What is the entry, ma? Equity share application account debited to equity share capital account. The same amount or different amount, amma? The same amount of 5 crores. Being application money transfer to share capital. Okay, guys. So what is the third one, ma? We have to write the due. While writing the due, be careful, ma. Here, what are the coming to the picture, ma? Securities premium. So equity share allotment account debited to equity share capital account and to securities premium account. To securities premium account. What is the amount, ma? So totally we have received the 6 rupees, right? Out of this 6 rupees, 2 rupees is the face value and 4 rupees is the premium. Then how much we are going to get, ma? 5 crores into 6. How much, ma, total? 30, yeah? 5 6 are 30. Okay, 30 crores. And here, ma, 5 crores into 2 rupees. 5 2s are 10. So 10 crores. And remaining 20 crores we need to transfer to securities premium. Being allotment money receivable. We have received on total shares. Is there any calls in arrears, Sama? There is no calls in arrears. We have received all the amount from the shareholders. So what is the entry, ma? Bank account debited to equity share allotment account. What is the total amount, ma? 30 crores and 30 crores. What is the narration, ma? Being allotment money received. So The fifth entry. What is the fifth one, ma? First and final call, or is there any second call and final call? Only final call, this one. First call, and again we are having what, ma? Final call. Okay. So equity share. First call account debit to equity share capital account. How much, ma? We are receiving the 3, ma. 5 3s are 15. So that is equal to how much, ma? 15 crores. I think you know how to keep the commas. Yes or no, ma? Yeah, thank you. Being first call money receivable. Completed. So sixth one. What is the sixth entry, ma? Bank account debited to equity share first call account. The same amount or different amount, ma? The same amount of how much? 15 crores. Bank account debit to equity share first call account. How much, ma? 15 crores. The last one, you guys are right. I think you know. So what is the narration, ma? Being first call money so what is the seventh entry, ma? Due or receivable? Received, amma. Due. Due means what is the entry, ma? Equity share second and final call account debited to equity share capital account. What is the amount, ma? The balance, na? So 1 rupee already completed on application, 2 rupees on allotment, 3 on first call. So what is the balance, ma? 4. 4 into 5, 20 crores. So being second and final call money receivable. Last and final entry, ma? We have received or we have not received, ma? Yes, we have received. Bank account debited to equity share second and final call account. The same amount of 20 crores. Being second and final call money received. Okay, we have completed how many questions ma? 4 questions. Okay na? So please open the 5th question ma. Calls in arrears. Okay na? Directly we can write the calls in arrears journal entries, no problem. So can I start the reading? Yes or no? Okay na? So after 2 days the new year coming to the picture. What are the new year plans? Cake cutting just cake cutting huh? In Hyderabad, whether there is any parties will be there? Where? In our house Okay guys, come on, we can start this one. EF1 Co Limited issued how many crores of equity shares ma? 5 crores of equity shares at the rate of 10 each at a premium of 4. The same question ma. 5 crores face value is the 10, 4 rupees is the premium. Payable 1 per share on application, 6 per share on allotment including the premium, 3 on first call and a balance on the final call. The shares were all subscribed and all money due was received except first call money of rupees how much ma? 1 lakh shares and final call money on the 1 lakh 50 shares were not received. So remaining all the amount we have received. So give the journal entries to record the above transactions. Simple na? Directly we are going to pass we can pass the final call and the first call entries. So it is sufficient. The remaining all the entries we have passed the previous question. Okay na? So let us open the notebook and keep the heading question number 5. Why did you come to first bench, Ray? I think it is not visible. Question number 5 was 6 more. Question number 5. How many entries are same? Entry number 1, 2, 3 and 4 are same. So write that one. From above, journal entries of 1, 2, 3 and 4 are same. From above, journal entries of 1, 2, 3 and 4 are same. And next we are starting the recording from which entry onwards? 5 also same na? 5 also same. Okay, we can write from first call and second call. Again, if you want, you can draw the format. So date, particulars, LF, debit rupees and credit rupees. Okay, we are starting from which entry onwards ma? 5th one onwards. So 5th one is due entry for the first and for the first call. Okay na? What is the entry for the due entry of first call ma? Equity share first call account debited to equity share capital account. So what is the amount ma? 2 rupees 3 rupees. 3 rupees on a first call and the balance on the final call. So again 5 crores into 3. How much more? 5 3s are 15. So 15 crores. So what is the narration, ma? Being share first call money receivable. Okay, now next one. While receiving on 5 crores shares, we have received only on how many shares, ma? We have not received on 1 lakh shares. That means how many shares we have received? 4 crores 99 lakh shares only we have received. That amount we will transfer to the which account, ma? Bank account. On 1 lakh into 3 rupees, that is equal to 3 lakhs will be transferred to calls in arrears. Okay, na guys. So next, to equity share first call account. Are you getting the point or not? Okay, na? So what is the entry will come into the picture, ma? So sixth one. First of all, bank account debit. How much, ma? 4.99 CR crores into 3 rupees. That is equal to how much? 4.99 means nothing but how much, ma? 4 crore 99 lakhs into 3 rupees. 14 crores 97 lakhs. And calls in arrears account debit. That is equal to how much, ma? 1 lakh shares into 3 rupees. That is equal to 3 lakhs. To which account we need to credit, ma? To equity share first call account. What is the total amount, ma? 15 crores. Being first call money received. Being first call money received. If you want to continue the narration, and arrears of 1 lakh you mention if you want, and directly we can write being first call money received. So next one, ma. What is the 7th entry? Due on second and final call. On total shares we have to calculate, or we have to remove the 1 lakh? On total shares we have to calculate. So what is the entry, ma? Equity share second and final call account debited to equity share capital account. On how many shares, ma? 5 crores into what is the balance amount? 4 rupees. So for 5, sir, how much, ma? 20 crores. Being second and final call money receivable. Next one, ma. The last entry is important. On how many shares we have not received the amount, ma? 1,50,000 shares we have not received the amount. Okay, now what we need to do? That means on how many shares only we have received, ma? Out of 5 crores minus 1,50,000 means how much, ma? 5 crore 98 lakh 50,000. Sorry, 4 crore 98 lakh 50,000 into 4. Yes or no? That amount will be transferred to bank account. So, 8th one, nama. Bank account debit. On how many shares, ma? 4 crore 85. Nothing but 4.85 CR crores into 4. That is equal to how much, ma? 19 crore 40 lakhs. And next one. Calls in arrears account debit. How much, ma? 1.5 lakh into 4. That is equal to 6 lakhs. 60 lakhs, huh? So that means this amount is wrong, huh? 19 crore 94 lakhs. Okay. Use the calculator properly, ma. And here the amount is equal to how much, ma? 6 lakhs. 2. Which account we have to do credit, ma? Equity shares second and final call account. How much, ma, total? 20 crores. Being second and final call amount received. Right only, yeah? 85 lakhs, huh? How much you are getting, ma? 5 CR minus 1.5 lakh into how much, ma? 4. Now it is correct, 5 CR minus 1.5 lakh, how much you are getting? 4 crores. Give me calculator, I will say. The amount correct only, yeah? Okay, na? Okay. Being second and final call money received. Now, calls in arrears. What is happening, ma? Are correct only, ra? Okay, na? Number of shares I have taken a wrong, but it was correct in our calculation. 5 CR minus 1.5 means how much you are getting? 4 crore 4 crore 98 lakh 50,000 into 4, that is equal to 19 lakhs. Sorry, 19 crores 94 lakhs. Okay. Here finally. Now what we need to do the calls in arrears, ma? We have to reduce, we have to add back to the share capital. We have to reduce from the share capital. We should not show in the liability side. Okay, now the bank balance will be available in the which head, ma? Cash and cash equivalent will be other current assets or liabilities, assets. Okay, na? And remaining share capital will be under the head of shareholders funds. There is no securities premium. According to this, some securities premium will be there. Yes. Yes or no, ma? Yes, na. The securities premium will be available in under the head of reserves and surplus. Will be available under the main head of shareholders funds. Okay, we can remember, no problem. Completed them up to here. Wow. Okay, 5 questions we have completed, ma. What is the second question? 6th question, ma. Calls in advance. GNH Co Limited Issued how many equity shares ma? 5,000 equity shares at the rate of 10 each at a par. Payable 2 per share on a application, 4 per share on allotment, 4 on first call and final call. How many installments are there ma? Only 3 installments. The shares were all subscribed and all money due was received. One shareholders holding how many shares ma? 200 shares paid the call money along with the allotment. That means what is the concept ma? Calls in advance or calls in arrears? Calls in advance. So can you say the entry? So we can pass the entries easily. What is the first one ma? How many shares? 5 lakhs. What is the application amount? 2 rupees. What is the entry? Bank account debited to share application account, or bank account debited to equity share application account. How much we are getting ma? 10,000 and 10,000. What is the second one ma? We have to transfer the application amount to the equity share capital. The entry is equal to equity share application account debited to equity share capital account. That is equal to how much ma? 10,000 and 10,000. And while allotment, what is the amount ma? 4. So 4 rupees into how much ma? 5,000. That is equal to how much? 20,000. Due entry we have to write. What is the entry ma? Share allotment account debited to share capital account. So share allotment account debited to share capital account, 20,000 and 20,000. And then how much we have received? We have to receive only 20,000, but unfortunately one shareholder have given the excess amount na. So how much ma? 200 into what is the first and final call amount? 4 rupees. That is called how much extra we have got ma? 800 rupees. That means 20,000 plus 800. That is equal to 20,800. What is the entry ma here? Bank account debit 20,800 to share allotment account 20,000 to calls in advance account 800. That is a liability. That is a liability. What is the entry ma? Once again, bank account debit 20,000 to share allotment account 20,000, and again the bank account debited to calls in advance they are writing. That's all. Okay, now this one we can refer, no problem. And remaining at the time here, this one is the main important ma. We have to reduce here or in this entry ma. Here we have to write the due for total shares. How many number of total shares ma? 5,000 into 4. That is equal to how much ma? 20,000. But this calls in advance we have to reduce in which entry ma? At the time of receipt entry or at the time of due entry? At the time of receipt entry only we have to reduce that amount. What is the entry we are going to get ma? Bank account debit, calls in advance account debit to share first and final call. We already taken an example. Yes or no? What I am saying ma? This balance will be reduced in the case of at the time of receipt or at the time of due? At the time of receipt only. This balance we should not reduce at the time of due entry. So keep remember. Okay na? So next one ma. Interest calculation. This is the most important point we are going to refer. So this calculation we can do directly also. Is there any doubt sir? Okay na? We Limited issued how many shares ma? 2,000 shares of 100 each at a premium of 10% payable as follows. The premium 10% means how much ma? 100 into 10%. That is equal to 10 rupees is the premium amount. So on application how much? 20 rupees. The application money we have received at 1st April 2023. That means in the date column how much we need to put? 1st April 2023. On allotment how much ma? 40 rupees including the premium. That means how much amount of premium available? 10 rupees. What is the face value? 30 rupees. Are you getting the point ma? On which date? On 1st June 2023. That means the amount of share application money should be transferred to the share capital on which date? On the date of 1st June only. And the due entry of the allotment we have to record on which date ma? On the date of 1st June. On the date of 1st June, how many entries we need to pass ma? We need to pass the application money transferred to the share capital, and we need to pass what ma? Allotment money due also on the same data, different data on the same date. But application amount received will be recorded on which date? Will be recorded on the 1st April 2023. Are you getting the point or not? And next, first call of rupees how much ma? 30 rupees on which date ma? on 1st April 2023. So that means the due entry we have to record on the 1st July 2023, and the payment entry they will say ma. On the date we have to record. And next, second and final call on which date ma? On the 1st August. What is the amount ma? 20 rupees. So on which date we have to record the due entry? 1st August 2023. Are you getting the point or not? Applications were received for how many shares ma? 1800 only. But we have issued on how many shares? Out of 2000 we have received only 1800 shares. The minimum subscription should be how much ma? 90%. We have to calculate. Okay na? So 2000 into 90%, that is equal to how much ma? 1800. So we have received the 90%, we have not received. We have received the 90%. That means the allotment can be happened or cannot be happened. Can be happened. Are you getting the point? This is called as under subscription or over subscription ma? Under subscription. In the case of under subscription, we have to see whether we have received the 90% or not. 90% or above, not the above 90%. 90% or above. The directors made the allotment in full. One shareholder to whom the 40 shares were allotted paid the entire balance on his shareholdings with the allotment money. So that means on these 40,000 shares, we have received what ma? Calls in arrears or calls in advance. We have received the calls in advance. On which date we have received the calls in advance ma? On 1st June 2023, we have received the calls in advance. So calls in advance of first call and second call. What is the first call amount ma? 30 rupees. And what is the second call amount? 20 rupees. Are you getting the point or not? Okay na? Next one. The another shareholder did not pay the allotment and first call on the 60 shares. So on the 60 shares, we are getting calls in arrears or calls in advance. We are getting the calls in advance. He is unable to make the payment of allotment, and he is unable to make the payment of first call. Okay nama. And next one. But which was paid with the final call. But that fellow have paid with the which call ma? Final call. That means we are not forfeited the shares. Okay na? But this fellow has happened. Interest should be received at the rate of how much ma? 5% per annum on the calls in arrears, and interest should be paid how much ma? 6% per annum on calls in advance as per the articles of the company. But maximum how much should be there ma? On calls in arrears 10%, on calls in advance 12%. More than 10 cannot be accepted, more than 12 cannot be accepted. These are the percentage below 10 and below 12. So it is acceptable or not acceptable ma? It is acceptable. So requirement, calculate the amount of interest paid and received on calls in advance and calls in arrears respectively. What we need to do? We have to calculate only the interest on calls in arrears and interest on calls in advance. So shall we start? Okay. First we are going to concentrate on calls in arrears, and then we are going to concentrate on interest on calls in advance. Okay sir. So question number 7 amma. Question number 7. Okay, what we are going to calculate ma? First we calculation of interest on calls in arrears. Calculation of interest on calls in arrears. Okay na? So first, calls in arrears means we have not received the allotment amount and we have not received the first call. And how many shares we have not received ma? On the 60 shares we have not received the amount. Okay na guys? So next one, firstly on allotment we are going to see. On allotment, how much amount we have not received ma? So 600 yes or no ma? 600 shares into what is the allotment money? What is the allotment ma? 40. We have not received the 40 now. Even though including the premium, whether or not, the totally how much we need to receive? 40 rupees. 60, huh? Okay, that is the reason I am asking how many shares. 60 shares into 40. That is equal to how much, ma? 2,400. Huh? 6 4 the 24. Okay, 2,400. Next one. On first call, again how many shares, ma? 60 shares into, what is the first call amount, ma? 30 rupees. That is equal to how much, ma? 1,800. Okay, now this is the total calls in arrears. We have to add the total calls in arrears and then we have to apply the interest percentage, or how we can calculate? Can you say? We have to add and we have to apply. No, we should not add, ma, here. Here on the allotment situation, we are going to get the time period. See the time period, ma. On which date he has paid, ma? He has not paid the allotment and he has not paid the first call. But he is going to pay what? He is going to pay the second call. That means on the allotment, how many months of interest we have to charge? So he has not paid on the June. Okay, na? And he has not paid on the July, but he has paid on the August 1st. That means how many months he has not paid? So June, complete June and complete July. August we have to calculate, we should not calculate. We should not calculate the August. That means on how many months interest only we have to charge? 2 months. But when coming to the first call, how many months interest we have to charge? Only 1 month. Are you getting the point or not, ma? Because from here to we have to calculate to the second call. Here to we have to calculate to the second call. In order to understand this one, okay, na? So here to second and final call, having how many months, ma? 2 months. Here to second and final call, having how many months, ma? 1 month. So that means how can we charge the interest, ma? I think you know. So what is the rate of interest for the calls in arrears, ma? The rate of interest for the calls in arrears is equal to 5%. Interest should be received on 5% on 5 only, 6% on calls in advance. Okay, na guys? Interest on calls in arrears is an income. Interest on calls in advance is a expenditure. We have already discussed, ma. So into 5%. This 5% is for complete year. Yes or no, ma? So into 2 divided by 12 months. Here how can we calculate? 5% into 1 month divided by 12 months. That is equal to how much we are getting, ma? First one 20. Second one 7.5. So what is the total amount, ma? 27.5 is the interest on calls in arrears. Can you say the entry, ma? Guys, is there any doubts? Sir, we have not paid what, ma? Allotment, but we have paid what, ma? Second call. From here to here, how many months is there? 2 months. From here to here, how many months is there? 1 month. Up to the non-payment only we can calculate the interest. After the payment, we can charge the interest. We cannot charge the interest. We cannot charge the interest. That is the reason I am doing what, ma? 2 by 12 and 1 by 12. Is there any doubts? No. So what are the entries we have to pass, ma? First we have to pass the due entry and then we have to pass what, ma? Receipt entry. So what is the due entry? We have to receive from this amount from the shareholders. So what is the entry, ma? Shareholder is a debtor. Shareholder account debited to interest on calls in arrears. So we have to receive, ma. So interest on calls in arrears is an asset. Okay, now what is the entry, ma? Interest on calls in arrears account debited to, from whom we have to receive, ma? Shareholders account. Wait a second, ma. 27.5 we have to receive now. From whom we have to receive? Shareholder have to pay to us. Okay na? Then it is an income. Interest on calls in arrears is an income. The entry will be shareholders account debited to shareholder account debited to interest on calls in arrears. Because this is an income, ma. Income will have which balance? Credit balance. Okay, no need to confuse. We have to receive from the shareholders. Shareholder is a debtor and income will be credited. How much amount, ma? 27.5 and 27.5. While receiving this one, what is the entry, ma? Bank account debited to shareholders account. So bank account debited to shareholders account. What is the entry, ma? Sorry, amount 27.5 and 27.5. Okay, na guys. For your clarification, we are writing the entries also. Okay, guys. Next, what is the second point, ma? We have to calculate the interest on calls in advance. So now it will be easy, fine. Calculation of interest on calls in advance. Amma, interest on calls in advance means expenses are income, amma. It is an expenditure. Okay. So what are the advances we have received? First call advance we have received during the allotment, and the second call advance also we have received during the allotment. Okay na? So first one. From first call, on how many shares he has paid the advance, ma? 40, yeah? So 40 shares into, what is the first call amount, ma? 30 rupees. What is the second call amount? 20 rupees. So into 30, that is equal to how much, ma? 1200. Okay na? And second call. On second call, how much, ma? Again, how many shares? Forty shares into, what is the installment amount of the second call? 20 rupees. So 40 shares into 20, that is equal to how much, ma? 800. Okay na? Now we have to calculate how many months are there. From first call to where we have to check, ma? From first call to where we have to check. So on which time we have received the calls in advance? During the allotment. So how many months interest you will pay? From allotment to first call, only 1 month. Okay na? From second call to allotment, how many months? 2 months. So that means on 1200 rupees we are going to pay only 1 month interest. On 800 rupees we are going to pay only 2 months interest. So what is the rate, amma? 6% into 1 month divided by 12 months and into 6% into 2 months divided by 12 months. Man, 5 rupees on calls in arrears, 6 rupees on calls in advance. Okay na? There is no confusion na? Okay, what is the amount, ma? 6, 8, 6, 8, that is equal to how much ma? 14. Guys, are you understanding the point ma? Okay, can you see the entry now? It is an income or expenses summa? Expenses. We have to pay to the shareholders. Now the shareholder is a creditor. Expenditure we have to book. What is the entry ma? Interest on calls in advance account debited to shareholder account. We are going to pay to the shareholder. Shareholder account debited to bank account. Completed amma this one? Shall I scroll up? So interest on calls in advance account debited to shareholders account. How much ma? 17 na? 14. 14 and 14. At the time of payment ma? Shareholders account debited to bank account. How much we need to pay? 14 and 14. I think you understand the clear picture about this one. Okay na guys? After that, what is the next question ma? Question number 8. Here the 14 is the calls in advance. 27.5 only we have got. Okay ma. Next, here we are having what ma? Calls in arrears and advance. So make it as homework. HW means homework or hostel work, whatever if you want you can call. Okay na? So you can do this question on your own, no problem. If you are having the doubts means you can approach me. During the study hours, you should be for how many hours ma? We are having the study hours? 2 hours. But you are sitting for how many hours? So yesterday you have sat for 1 hour. Today try to sit for minimum 1.5 hours. Okay na? And we are going on increasing the trend. From next year onwards, we can keep the consistency up to 2 hours. The main reason is before completion of the syllabus of the group 2, you have to thorough in the group 2. Okay now, because there is a uncertain, there is a I think you know this kind of liabilities. What are the liabilities? I am not going to picture. Uncertain means uncertain event means we are going to call it as contingent liability. So there is a one contingent asset is there, may come or may not come. If it is come means it is exact an asset, otherwise it will be become what ma? Liability. And again we need to study those 4 subjects. So yes or no. So keep in mind that, and you have to study in that process ma. So question number 8 is completed homework. And question number 9, this is a simple question. Okay, now we can complete within a 5 minutes. So consideration other than cash. You have discussed this concept, yes or no ma? We are getting the assets and we are giving the shares, we are paying in the form of cash, we are giving the shares. So B Limited purchased the asset of rupees how much ma? 10,80,000 from C Limited. Now we have to think from whose point of view? B Limited point of view or C Limited point of view? B Limited point of view. And what is the next one ma? The consideration was payable in fully paid equity shares of 100 each. How many equity shares we need to distribute to the C Limited? Can you say? How many equity shares we have to give to the C Limited? So whatever the calculation we have to do now. Array, I am asking how many equity shares we need to distribute to C Limited? How many number of equity shares we we have to give to C Limited. What is the meaning of C Limited, ma? Debtor, that creditor. How many number of shares we have to give? What is the consideration? 10,80,000 divided by what is the each share value? 100 rupees. That means how many number of shares we have to distribute? So 0, 0 cancel. So remaining how much? 10,800 shares we have to give to the C Limited. Are you getting the point or not? If in case we are giving the shares at a premium, that means think 120 rupees we are distributing. Each share value is equal to how much, ma? 120. That means how many number of shares we have to give? 10,80,000 divided by 120. That is equal to how much? 10,000 number of shares. Are you getting the point or not? What I am asking. Okay. $10,000. So that is not a 10,000. So these calculation mistakes are doing my students, not me. So that is the reason I am saying to those people, you have to use the calculator. Otherwise it will be like this only. Okay, ma? So show the journal entries in the books of which limited, ma? B Limited or C Limited? B Limited. Assuming such shares are issued at par and such shares are issued at a premium of 20%. That means what is the share value? 120. What is the share value, ma? 120. Here the share value is equal to 100. Here the share value is equal to 120. So here the difficult point is we have to calculate the number of shares. What is the special point, ma? Calculation of number of shares. So this is the calculation we have done. So what are the number of shares, ma, here? 10,800. What are the number of shares, ma, here? 9,000 rupees. If you calculate, then only that much amount we have to transfer to the equity share capital. Are you getting the point? Without knowing the number of shares, we cannot transfer the amount to the equity share capital. Are you getting the point or not? Okay, now in the first case, all the amount will be transferred to the equity share capital, no problem. But in the second case, what, ma? We are issuing at a premium or at discount? Premium. In this situation, certain amount we have to transfer to the equity share capital, certain amount we have to transfer to the securities premium. So in order to transfer that particular account means we have to calculate the number of shares. I think you know the entries. What are the entries, ma? We are purchasing the asset. We are giving the amount. We are distributing the shares. We are distributing the shares. First we have to write the due entry. What is the due entry, ma? Who is our creditor? C Limited our creditor. What is the first entry we have to write? We are going to purchase the asset. We don't know which asset. So sundry assets account debited to C Limited account. What is the outstanding amount? 10,80,000 and 10,80,000. Afterwards, we are going to distribute what, ma? Shares to the C Limited. What is the entry, ma? C Limited balance will be decreases and share capital will be coming to the picture. What is the entry, ma? C Limited account debited to share capital 10,80,000 and 10,80,000. No need to find out what my number of shares here, because all the face value only, because we are issuing the shares at a premium or at a face value, but we have to decide the number of shares in which point of time, ma? In the point of issuing that a premium at par, ma? Premium. Okay, na? So how many shares come into the picture, ma? 9,000. So 9,000 into 100, how much, ma? 9,000 into 100, how much? 90 lakhs. We have to transfer to the which account, ma? Share capital account. And 9,000 into 20 rupees, we have to transfer to which account? 9,000 into 100, 90 lakhs we have to transfer to the share capital. 9 lakhs, huh? Okay. So 9,000 into 100, that is equal to how much, ma? 9 lakhs we have to transfer to the share capital. And 9,000 into 20, that is equal to how much? 1,80,000 we have to transfer to which account? Securities premium. Can you say the entry, ma, now? So nothing but C Limited account debit. This one we have to come into the down. Okay, na? C Limited account debited to equity share capital account to securities premium account. Are you getting the point or not? Okay, na? That is the reason we are going to calculate what, ma? Number of shares. So this entry is very important. Okay, na? అర్థమైందా లేదా? Don't see like that with a confusing faces. I should have the clarity, means you have to respond for my question, then only I will get the clarity. Otherwise how? Yes or no, man? If you want to eat something means you have to ask your mother. Otherwise, mother know na, unknown na. Mother don't know anything. So thank you for my. So this question is very important because there is a special point in it. Again, consideration other than cash with cash ma. Consideration other than cash. D Limited issued how many shares ma? 2000 shares of 100 each, credited to the fully paid up to the promoters for their services. For whom we are giving the shares as a consideration? We are giving the shares as a consideration to the promoter. Okay, promoter means nothing but owner of the particular company. So while distributing any shares to the promoter, we have to see whether, first one, we have to see whether which type of service we are going to provide. If you know the type of service means we can write the type of service. Otherwise, instead of type of service, we have to debit it with the goodwill account. We have to debit it with the goodwill, because the promoter name coming to the pitch, we should record the, we should not record the promoter's name. Who is the receiver now? Promoter is the receiver. Yes or no? What we are giving? Equity share capital. What is the entry we have to write actually? Promoter account debited to equity share capital account, but the promoter name we should not record. That is the reason we don't know. If you know the particular service means we can write here what ma? Particular service name. But here he has given the services. They are saying what ma? He has given the services. We are giving what ma? Shares. So what is the entry ma? Final entry, goodwill account debited to share capital account. If you know the service means particular service account debited to share capital account. And next one, and they are mentioning ma. And issuing how many shares ma? 1000 shares of 100 each, credited to the fully paid up to the underwriters for their underwriting service. Which service you have taken from the underwriters? Underwriting service. Okay, now nothing but purchases we can think. What is the entry for the purchases? Credit purchases. Purchase account debited to creditor account. Who is the creditor ma now? Underwriters. Which type of service you have taken? Underwritten service. What is the entry will come into the picture? Underwriting commission account debited to underwriters account. If you pay the amount to the underwriter, what is the entry ma? Underwriter account debited to cash or bank. But we are paying consideration in the form of cash other than cash. Other than cash. So underwriters account debited to share capital account. But here ma, directly goodwill account debited to share capital. In this question, what is the important one? First journal entry is the important. Is there any doubts? Okay na. Shall I go for the another questions? Okay na. What is the time right now? Still. So 11th one we can do after some time. Okay, we are going to target what ma? 12th question. Yesterday's class we have done what? 14th na? Okay, the same type of question will be again in the 15th question. Okay na, we can solve that question, we will get the more clarity. Okay na, don't think about that question now. Okay na. So 14, only what ma? For feature of shares. 11th question we are leaving, we can do tomorrow's class. Okay. Sir, is there any doubts up to here? So what is the entry for the promoter's distribution of shares? If you know the service means particular service account debited to share capital. If you don't know the service means goodwill account debited to share capital. Okay na. So ICC Limited forfeited how many shares ma? 500 equity shares of 10 each, fully called up, which were issued to a premium of how much ma? 20%. The amount payable on the shares were application how much ma? 2 rupees, allotment 5 rupees, first and final call how much ma? 5 rupees. Only application money were paid by the shareholders. In respect of these shares, 300 shares out of the above were reissued at a rate of how much ma? 9 rupees. That means reissued at a discount or reissued at a premium ma? Reissued at a discount, fully paid up, pass the journal entries. Directly they are asking about the forfeiture entry and reissue entry. So what is happening ma here? How many shares we are having? Totally 500 shares we are having ma. Okay na? In that, what is the share value ma? 10 rupees. There is no securities premium. Here the shares are issued at par or premium ma? Shares are issued at par. Okay na? That means we should not think about the securities premium received or not received. That kind of activities is there or not there, not there. And out of which, sir, sorry, yeah, the premium is also there, ma. So premium of 20% means how much? 10 into 20%. That is equal to how much, ma? 2 rupees. Okay. The amount payable on shares on application, how much, ma? 2, 5. Only application money received, ma. You have received only application money. That means we have not received the allotment. That means securities premium will be available at cash, will not be available at cash, ma. Securities premium will not be available at cash. That means we have to cancel the securities premium, or no need to cancel the securities premium. We have to cancel the securities premium. Totally how many points come into the picture now? 4 points. Totally how many points come into the picture, ma? 4. So before going to discuss this question, I will explain once again that particular journal entry. Okay, now guys, directly 4 points will be there. What are the 4 points, ma? Equity share capital, securities premium, bank, calls in areas. First of all, we are going to understand what are the points will come into the picture here. That means, just wait, don't write anything, ma. So in the equity share capital, what are the amount will come into the picture, ma? The total face value of called up. What will be there, ma? The total face value of called up, not the total face value of share. You know, up to called up only we have to see. That means here I am writing total face value of called up. You have to remember this sentence. At that point of time, you will understand in a clear picture. And next, bank means, under the bank, which amount we have to record, ma? Total amount we have received. Yes or no? Total amount received or paid, amma? Received. So here, amount not received up to called up. Amount not received up to called up. SP means what, ma? Premium amount. Are you getting the point? Can you repeat with me once again? In the equity share capital, which amount will be available, ma? Face value of called up. Securities premium, premium amount. In the bank, whatever the amount we have received. In the calls in arrears, whatever the amount we have not received up to called up. So please remember, in certain situations we are going to forfeit. In which situation, ma? After first call only we have forfeited. At that point of time, called up is the main point. Okay, now guys, now what is happening here in this question, ma? Here we have received only application money. We received only application money on how many shares? Out of 500. This 500 shares we have forfeited, they are saying. Okay, na? That means this amount, 500 into 2, where we need to disclose? Bank. Whatever the amount we have received. So that is equal to how much, ma? 500 into 2. So that is equal to 1000. Okay, next. Up to the called up face value we need to transfer to the equity share capital. Okay, sir. First of all, we are having how many shares? 500. So we have to transfer only face value. The total we have called up only up to the first call. Total we have called up. Okay, na? So that means what is on application how much, ma? 2 rupees. On allotment 5 rupees. On first call how much, ma? 5 rupees. But here what is the total amount, ma? 12 it is happening. 12, total amount is how much it is happening, ma? 12. 5 plus 5 plus 2, that is equal to how much, ma? 12. We are assuming on the allotment we are receiving what, ma? Premium. So that means what is the total face value? 10. How will get, ma? 2 plus 3 plus 5. So that is equal to 2 plus 3 plus 5. How much, ma? 5,000. 5,000. Securities premium 2 rupees. So 500 into 500 into 2, that is equal to how much, ma? 1000. If you do the total, how much should be there? 6,000. So here we have to write here. Okay, what is the meaning of calls in arrears? Payment not received up to the called up. Whether it is a premium or whether it is a face value, it is not required. Are you getting the point? So on how many shares, ma? 500. We have received the application. We have not received the allotment and first call. Allotment how much ma? 5. First call also how much ma? 5. What is the total amount? 5,000. So 6,000 sufficient or not sufficient ma? Sufficient. Now we are going to forfeit. So forfeiture, but we have received the securities premium, we have not received. We have not received the securities premium. That is the reason we have to cancel all the things. We have to cancel all the things. What is the entry coming to the picture ma? Equity share capital account debit, securities premium account debit, to bank account, to calls in arrears account. To bank account and, in the bank account place what we have to write ma? Share forfeiture. So to share forfeiture account, to calls in arrears account. Are you getting the point ma? So please write this same thing. What is the question ma? Okay. Completed ma? Shall we write the entry? What is the entry ma? Equity share capital account debit. How much ma? 5,000. Securities premium account debit. How much ma? 1,000. 2. Instead of bank we have to write what ma? Share forfeiture account. 1,000 rupees. Two calls in arrears account. How much ma? 5,000. What is the narration ma? Being shares forfeited. Okay na? Out of this, how many shares we have forfeited ma? 500 shares. How many shares we are going to reissue? We're going to reissue how many shares, ma? Only 300 only. First, for reissue, we are going to receive the amount, or we are not going to receive the amount? We are going to receive the amount. Bank account debit. How much we are going to receive, ma? Only 9 rupees. So bank account debit, how much, ma? 3 into 9. 300 into 9. 2700. Okay, na? And again, the remaining 1 rupee is the discount. Yes or no, ma? 1 rupee you have to transfer to which account? Share for future account. We have to transfer to which account, ma? Share. Okay. Now we will get the more clarity. Completed, amma, first one. So what is the second entry, ma? For the reissue of shares. So bank account debit. How much, ma? 300 shares into 9 rupees. That is equal to 2700. And next, shares for future account. Account debit. How much, ma? 300 into 1 rupee. That is equal to 300. And next, for which account we have to transfer, ma? Share capital. So equity, share capital account. What is the total amount? 3000. Being shares reissued at a discount of 1 rupee. Being shares reissued at a discount of 1 rupee. Okay, now we have to transfer certain amount to the which reserve, ma? Capital reserve. How much amount we have to transfer to the capital reserve is the point. Can anyone in the class try and say, ma? How much amount we have to transfer to the capital reserve? How many shares we have reissued? 300. For that 300 shares only we have to calculate, ma. What is the profit we have earned on the 300 shares? 300 rupees. How did we get, ma? We have received only 2 rupees. We have received only how much, ma? 2 rupees. Only application money we have received. But even though we received the 2 rupees, we have reissued at a discount of how much, ma? 1 rupee. What is our ultimate gain? 1 rupee. What is our ultimate gain, ma? 1 rupee. Into how many shares? Into 300. We should not consider 500, ma, because that 500 shares, whatever the amount, still will be exist in the which account, ma? Shares forfeited account only. Those shares we have reissued, on that much gain only we have to transfer to the capital gain or capital reserve account. Are you getting the point or not, ma? So what is the third one? Third point, ma? Shares forfeited account debit. How we can calculate, ma? How many shares, ma? 300 into 2 minus 1. Are we accept it or not? 2 minus 1 means 2 rupees we have received. 1 rupee is the discount. 2 rupees we have received and 1 rupee is the discount. So what is the ultimate amount, ma? 300 to which account? Capital reserve account. So being gain on shares forfeited, we transfer to capital reserve. Guys, are you understanding it or not, ma? Did you get the point? Yeah, this is the most important. We should not calculate on 500 shares. We have to calculate on 300 shares. What is the logic of 2 minus 1, ma? Amount received minus discount allowed. Amount received minus discount allowed. If you want, you can write. Amount received on forfeiture minus discount. So we have to multiply with which shares? Reissued shares. So this is the formula for calculation of what ma? We have to transfer to the which account? Capital reserve account. Reissued shares into amount received on forfeiture minus discount allowed on reissue. Reissued shares into what ma? Into amount received on forfeiture minus discount. Okay guys, this one ultimately we have completed. So here also the formula same ma. Profit on forfeiture less discount on reissue. We don't know, we cannot remember the profit on forfeiture. So instead of profit on forfeiture, what we can call? We can call it as amount received at the time of forfeiture. 13th one. Okay, instead of 13th one, we can see this small question ma. You can complete within a less time. So see these questions. We're having how many cases ma here? 3 different cases. We have to pass one entry, that's all. About the forfeiture, forfeiture at par, forfeiture at premium when the securities premium received, forfeiture at premium when securities premium not received. Those are the 3 cases available here. Easily you can complete. Okay na? PK Limited forfeited how many shares ma? 10,000 equity shares of 10 each for non-payment of which calls ma? First call of rupees how much? 2 rupees, and final call of rupees how much ma? 3 rupees. Sir, this 2 and 3 rupees will be transferred to which account? We're having the 4 options: equity share capital, next one securities premium, next one what ma? Bank account, next one what ma? Calls in arrears. So this 2 and 3 rupees will be transferred to which account ma? Calls in arrears. So 2 plus 3, that is equal to how much? 5. 5 into how many shares ma? 10,000 shares, that is equal to how much? 50,000. And next, these shares were reissued at a discount of 3.5. Can you say the reissue price? At a discount of 3.5 means they are reissuing at a price of 6.5. Are you getting the point? Indirectly they are saying 6.5. Okay na? Now, what is the amount we have to transfer to the equity share capital at the time of forfeiture? What is the amount we have to transfer to equity share capital at the time of forfeiture? Which amount ma? Face value we have to transfer. What is the total we have called up or what ma? Totally we have called up. What is the total called up amount of face value? 10 rupees on how many shares ma? 10,000. That is equal to how much? 1 lakh. 1 lakh will be available in which case ma? Equity share capital. And in the forfeiture calls in arrears how much? 50,000. Okay na? And next one, how much amount we have received? So 5 rupees we have not received means how much amount we have received? 5 rupees. So 5 into 10,000, that is equal to how much ma? 50,000. So in the asset side 50,000 of bank and calls in arrears of 50,000. What is there any premium amount? There is no premium amount, nil. So we have to cancel means which entry come into the picture ma? Equity share capital account 1 lakh, to share for feature account 50,000, to false in arrears 50,000. Are you getting the point or not? At the time of reissue, what is the entry ma? Bank account debit, how much? 65,000. Bank account debit how much ma? 65,000 only, 6.5 means 6,500, 65,000. Okay, next. What is the discount ma? 3.5. 35,000 will be transferred to which account? Share for feature account. To equity share capital how much? 1 lakh. Equity share capital how much ma? 1 lakh. Okay na. Now can you say the gain will be transferred to capital reserve per share? We are received 5 rupees ra. Received how much? 5 rupees. At the time of reissue, what is the loss? 3.5. What is the remaining? 1.5 per share is the gain. 1.5 into how many shares? 10,000. That is equal to how much? 15,000 rupees is the gain, should be transferred to which account? Capital reserve. Guys, okay na? We have received 5 rupees and we have got the loss of rupees 3.5. What is the ultimate gain? 1.5. Is there any doubts ma? So those are the 3 entries we are going to pass. Okay na? Directly we can pass or we have to draw the balance sheet directly. Super. Next, keep the heading question number 19. While writing in the examination, try to write 2 questions. They will give in one question ma. 2 sub questions they will give in a one question. Try to write those 2 sub questions, okay na, at a same place. Okay na, don't write 2a and 3a like that. Okay na, write the sub questions in a same place. Then the examiner will value easily. Otherwise, you should write the question which you have known the first and giving the more marks. Okay na, that type of methodology will be helpful in the financial accounting. Here all the questions are same man. You can accept schedule 3, remaining questions are simple. I will open the previous examination question. You will try, you can answer that question also. How many marks you are going to get from this chapter? Only from this unit 7 marks. Pakka 7 marks they are going to ask. Otherwise, the buyback is an important concept and right issue is an important concept. I will say the important question at last ma, but you have to learn the concept. Otherwise, we cannot do anything. Case 1 or 2 amma? This is a case 1. What is the first question? Sorry, first entry. For a feature entry na? So, equity share capital account. How many shares we are going to forfeit ma? 10,000 into what is the face value of called up? 10 rupees. That is equal to how much ma? 1 lakh. Totally we have called up. Okay na? Next, to share forfeiture account. So which amount we are going to transfer to share forfeiture account ma? Received or paid? Received. On how many shares? 10,000 into we have received only 5 rupees. That is equal to how much ma? 50,000. And next, 2 calls in arrears account. Received or not received? Not received. We have not received the 5 rupees. That is equal to how much ma? 50,000. Being shares forfeited. First one total face value, second one amount of received, third one amount of not received up to the called up. So can you say the second entry ma? Reissue. We are going to reissue how many shares ma? The total shares we are going to reissue. So we are receiving the amount, we are not receiving the amount ma? So we are receiving the amount, so that a bank account debit. How many shares we are going to reissue ma? Total 10,000 into how much amount per share we are going to receive? 6.5. Okay na? So 10,000 into 6.5, that is equal to how much ma? 65,000. What is the discount ma? 3.5. Should be transferred to which account? share for a future account. We should not write the discount. Instead of discount, which account we have to write, ma? Share for future. Share for future account debit. How much, ma? 10,000 into 3.5. That is equal how much, ma? 35,000. 2. We are going to allot the shares, or we are not going to allot the shares, ma? We are going to allot the share to equity share capital account. What is the total amount, ma? 1 lakh. What is the narration? Being shares are reissued at a discount of 3.5. Being shares are reissued at a discount of 3.5. Okay, na guys. So what is the third one, ma? What is the ultimate gain we are getting? So what is the formula we have recorded, ma? Can you say the formula? Reissued shares into received minus discount. How many shares we are going to reissue, ma? 10,000 shares into how much amount we have reissued? Sorry, how much amount we have received at the time of forfeiture? 5 minus what is the discount? 3.5. That is equal to how much, ma? 15,000. We are going to transfer to which account, ma? Capital reserve. What is the entry, ma? Shares forfeiture account debited to share capital account. Sorry guys, capital reserve account. Sorry. Capital reserve account. How much, ma? 15,000. Being gain on reissue or gain on share forfeiture. Transfer to capital reserve. You know what happened today? You are not here from beginning of the class. Okay, now easy, amma. So second case and third case we can close the class. See the second case, ma. You can solve easily. KP Limited forfeited how many shares, ma? 20,000 equity shares of 15 each, including the securities premium, ma. So here comes the securities premium. We have to check whether the premium received or not received. So for the non-payment of final call of 3 rupees, out of which 10,000 shares were reissued at a discount of 4. Sorry, totally we are having how many shares, ma? 20,000. But they are going to forfeit only how many shares? 10,000. For the non-payment of final call. That means we have received the premium or we have not received the premium. We have received the premium. At the time of reissue, we have to be very careful. So they are issued at a discount of what, ma? They are reissued at a discount of 4 rupees. What is the actual value of the face value per share, ma? 10 rupees. So out of this 10 rupees, discount 4 rupees means what is the reissue price? 6 rupees. Sir, we have to be very careful at the time of transferring the profit to the capital reserve. Okay, na guys? Okay, na? Okay, first of all, 10,000 only we have to consider, ma. How much amount we have received? So what is the final call amount, ma? 3 rupees. That means out of 15, 3 not received means 12 we have received. 3 not received means 12 we have received. So 12 into 10,000, how much ma? 1,20,000 should be transferred to which account? Bank account. 1,20,000 only na? Sir, we are forfeiting only 10,000 ma. We are discussing only 10,000 point. Even though we are having how many shares? 20,000. They are forfeiting how many shares? What happened, man? Okay. Yes. Sorry. Reissued how many shares, ma? 10,000. They are forfeited how many shares, ma? 20,000. Okay, 20,000 into how much amount we have not received? 3 not received. That means how much amount we have received? 12. 12 into 20,000, how much, ma? 2,40,000 will be transferred to which account? Bank account. And next, calls in arrears, how much? 3. So 3 rupees into 20,000, how much, ma? 60,000 is the calls in arrears. Equity share capital, how much? 10 na 15 na? 10 na. Equity share capital only the face value. Okay na? 10 into 20,000, 2 lakhs. And next, securities premium will be available in the securities premium. Premium amount will be available in the securities premium. How much, ma? 5 into 20,000, 1 lakh. So what is the prospective, ma? Here 20,000 into 2 lakhs na? 2 lakhs is the equity share capital, 1 lakh is the securities premium, and we have received the 12 into 20,000, how much, ma? 2 lakh. So 2.4 lakhs is the bank account. What is the next one, ma? 60,000 is the calls in arrears. Okay na? Now what is the entry, ma? We should not reduce the premium account. That means out of 2.4 lakhs, 1.1 lakh we have to reduce, and how much amount only we need to transfer to the share forfeiture account, ma? 1.4. Are you getting the point? Because we have received the premium, we have not received the premium. We have received the premium. What is the entry? So case 1 or 2, amma? Case 2. For this case, I am writing the balance sheet once again. Okay, nama? Because this is the most important case. What are the amounts, ma? Equity share capital, securities premium, bank, and calls in arrears. So 20,000 into 10, that is equal to how much, ma? 2 lakhs. And next 20,000 into 5, that is equal to how much, ma? 1 lakh. How much amount we have received? 12. Yes or no, ma? 20,000 into 12, that is equal to how much, ma? 2,40,000. And 20,000 into 3, that is equal to how much, ma? 60,000. Now we should not transfer securities premium. We should not reduce the securities premium. That is the reason 1 lakh we are reducing from the 2,40,000. That is equal to how much, ma? 1,40,000 only we have to reduce. Completed, amma? What is the entry? Equity share capital account debit 2 lakhs to share forfeiture account only how much, ma? 1,40,000 only. Two calls in arrears account, how much, ma? 60,000. Okay, na? So this is the first one, being states forfeited. Next, reissue simple ma. We are reissuing only how many shares? 10,000. What is the entry ma? Bank account debit. 10,000 into discount of 4 na. Discount of 4 means what is the value of issue? 6 rupees. $10,000 into 6, that is equal to how much more? 60,000. And we are discount should be transferred to which account? Share forfeiture account. Account debit. How much more? 10,000 into 4. That is equal to how much more? 40,000. 2 equity share capital account. How much more? 1 lakh. Being shares reissued at a discount of rupees 4. And here comes the final point. So here formula will be differ ma. Formula will be differ. How the formula will be differ ma? Reissue shares into what we are going to do previously? Received minus discount. But here received minus securities premium, okay na, minus discount. So this is the special formula only in the case of securities premium received or not received amma? Received. Securities premium received. In the case of securities premium not received, the same formula, reissue shares into received minus discount, okay na. Now, how many shares we are going to reissue ma? 10,000 shares. How much amount we have received? In rupees per share. 12 rupees we have received. 12 rupees we have received. And minus securities premium how much ma? 4 or 5? 5 rupees. Securities premium is equal to how much ma? 5 rupees. Minus discount how much ma? 4. Can you say the amount? 30,000. Guys, are you understanding it or not? Okay, Nama. Why? Because we have reduced the securities premium balance. So that is the reason I am reducing here securities premium also. Okay, na. Now what is the entry ma? Share forfeited account or forfeiture account debited to capital reserve account. What is the amount ma? 30,000 and 30,000 being gain on forfeiture transferred to the capital reserve. The last case is the homework you can do. For the last case, what is the formula ma? At the time of gain, reissued into received minus paid. Here only in this case only we have to reduce what ma? Securities premium. Okay, now you are getting the more clarity. Yes or no ma? And compared to the previous day, it is a more clarity. So what are the homework sums? Completed this one. 8th question and this question 3rd case. That is calls in arrears and calls in advance. Both will be there. You have to solve. But be careful ma, when coming to the calls in advance, we have to reduce the calls in advance only at the time of receipt, not at the time of due. You have to reduce the calls in advance account only at the time of receipt, not at the time of. And remaining questions are somewhat big. Tomorrow's you will get the more homework when compared to today. Okay na? So thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Thank you for your patience and writing the journal entries and doing the formats. These are all things because of your sake only ma. Pakka 70 out of 70 we can get from the corporate accounting. I think you know what are the maximum marks we can get in the paper. 70 marks. Okay na? So that is my badhyata. For 70 marks I will give the. It is not like a financial accounting, because in the financial accounting we are having so many chapters for a particular sub question only. If you do, you know, you have to study the consignment, bills of exchange and joint venture, then only one question will come into the picture. So can I open the previous year question paper? We'll get the more clarity. Just a second ma. And the recent paper they are not given. Buyback they have given. Okay. They will ask in 2A question ma. See this question. It is visible or not? P Limited has issued how many shares ma? Just a second. I will open in. Yeah, it is only having. P Limited issued how many shares ma? 6,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. Payable 3 rupees on application, 5 on. There is a premium amount also. Okay na? So okay, allotment how much ma? 4 rupees. On call, all the shares were subscribed. Okay, no problem. Money due on all shares were fully received except what ma? M is holding 100 shares, failed to pay the allotment. Sir, here he is failed to pay the allotment means that securities premium also we have to reduce. Okay, now because he has failed to pay the allotment. And next one what ma? N is holding how many shares ma? 200. He is failed to pay the call money. That means on his shares of 200, securities premium we should not reduce. Are you getting the point? At the time of reissue, at the time of gain transfer to the capital ledger, which formula we have to use? Reissue shares into amount received minus securities premium minus discount. But when coming to the M point of view, reissued shares into amount received minus discount. Okay, now we have to be very careful. Out of these shares forfeited, 250 shares including the M, they are going to reissue. M shares are how much ma? 100. But when coming to the N, 150. Out of 200, only how many shares are reissued? 150. The same question which we have done in the previous class. Yes or no ma? So once again we are going to do the same question in the next class. We'll get the more clarity now. And next one what ma? Subsequently to the Q, the paid up price is equal to how much? 8. That means what is the discount? 2 rupees. They are going to reissue at a price. So prepare the necessary entries in the journal of the company and record the forfeiture account. Record the forfeiture and reissue. Working should be forming part of your answer. So simple question, simple journal entries are there asking, but we are whatever the knowledge we have got till now, that is only we are doing. Sir, in yesterday's question also there is a oversubscription, but here there is no oversubscription also. Yes or no? It is a simple or easy? It is very simple when compared to the yesterday's question, because the 0.5, 0.45 will not come into the picture. Okay? And there is a concept called as redemption of debentures. Okay. So 7 question is in your hands after completion of tomorrow's class. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
So full plans for New Year? What, sir? Combined studies with water.